Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, where I'm going to be talking about what it's been like owning my Honda Insight for over a year now. For starters, I just want to say that I'm recording these on my Meta glasses, so the edits are going to be a little weird. It's going to go in 1 minute intervals because you can only record up to 1 minute, so that might be a little weird. But I'm just going to try to cover everything as quickly as I can so it's not a long video. So first things first, we're on my drive to work, and this particular drive to work is the whole reason why I bought this car. It's 30 miles to get there, 30 miles to get back, so 60 miles total, and it's not on the freeway, it's mainly back roads. So with that being said, you know, I had a bunch of cars, some were gas guzzlers, some were like regular economy cars, but if you know these cars, you know regular economy cars seem like big fat Mustangs compared to this car. This car is on a completely different level. So with that being said, let me introduce you to my car, and it's my daily. It's a beater. It's a beater. It's not clean. I don't treat it like a collector car. It's been through it. So this is a 2003 Honda Insight 5-speed manual with the AC option, which is quite lovely. It doesn't get too hot here in California, but it's nice to have. Mine has 176,306 miles. It's relatively, I wouldn't call it low, but it's not a lot of miles for these cars. You know, these cars see up to 300, 400,000 miles of just straight up highway miles. Ooh, jeez. Can he wait for traffic? Prius people, am I right? Anyway, so for starters, let's just go right over it to the IMA battery. That's the number one issue with these cars, is the IMA battery, like all batteries, deteriorates over time. So mine in particular has deteriorated. But if you don't know, and you're watching this looking for information, you can trickle charge these batteries, and that can extend the lifespan by years. Not months, not days, years. You can expand the life of your IMA battery. Wire up a trickle charger, and what I do, everyone's different. What I do is I did it once. I did the full battery depletion recharge to try to balance out the cells, and that worked for honestly around the same amount of time that this other technique does, which is way easier, right? So what I do is I just drive my car like a normal car. I don't drive this like an Insight owner drives, where Insight owners typically like to keep the RPM super low. Like right now they'd be in 5th gear, 2,000 RPMs, and anytime they want to accelerate, they would lean on the IMA. I don't lean on the IMA because common sense, this is a 1-liter 3-cylinder engine. Without the IMA battery, it probably gets 45 to 50 miles to the gallon. On that note, I average about 52 to 56 miles to the gallon. And that's mainly because driving habits. I have a heavy foot. I don't have a light foot. Let me tell you. Rule of thumb, and it's just the way I am. I can't explain it. But my rule of thumb is 5 over. I'm always trying to do 5 over. Right now I was doing 10 over. I try to do 5 over the limit. That's just my natural way of driving. So I don't sit at low RPMs. I don't hypermile. I don't tailgate big trucks chasing 70 miles to the gallon, because my whole thing with this car is it's gonna get good gas mileage naturally. For example, my natural gas mileage with my heavy footedness, like I said, it's 52 to 56. In comparison, when I've used my aunt's car for a week, because I like having cruise control, she has a 2023 Toyota Corolla XLE. Everyone looks at Toyota Corollas like gas-saving economy cars. The best thing that thing got, and that was with me trying, was 36 miles to the gallon. 20 some, over 20 less miles to the gallon than this. I have no reason or need to lean heavy on the IMA battery, trying to save another 5 mpgs, trying to save another 10 mpgs. That's just not me, right? So with that being said, without having the driving habits of a typical Insight owner, chasing 70 mpgs and leaning on the IMA battery, I don't really deplete my IMA battery. You see where it's at right now, right? look at the state of charge of my IMA battery. It's almost full. I rarely go under that third line. So there's a bunch of bars. I rarely go under that third bar. I only use 2 bars in 30 miles because I don't lean on it. And because I don't lean on it, this battery can go for a couple more years minimum. But if you're looking into these cars and you're worried about the battery, honestly, it's a cheap battery. It's a cheap battery. It's like a $1,200. It's like $1,200 for a refurb, and that refurb has a 1-year warranty, and they'll come and install it for you. I would install it myself, save some money, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, I could replace this hybrid battery for cheap compared to a Prius, which is thousands. You can get a very expensive upgraded battery for this, but everyone looks at everything different, and to me, I just look at this like an old Honda. I'm not going to put thousands of dollars into this old Honda. I don't care if it's a collector's item to some. To me, this is my gas-saving daily driver. That's it. I'm not going to dump money into it. I'm just going to put it. It gets its oil changes. It gets its filter changes. It gets tires. It gets brake changes. It gets the very simple, basic maintenance and nothing more. I don't baby this car. I throw my stuff around in it. I work 2 jobs. On my way to my other job, from my first job, I'll eat in here. Like, there's some crumbs on the seat. I don't care. Like, there's socks because my feet get wet at those are fresh socks. I always take the dirty socks out. But my feet get wet at my other job because we clean golf carts all day. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great car. I got my golf clubs in the back. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I can fit, I've gone on a golf trip once. I can fit 2 full golf bags in the back and a 250-pound passenger, and just, it's fine. It's fine. On that particular drive, I think I got like 49 miles to the gallon. 49 mpg. I don't have high expectations for this car. I don't demand a lot out of this car. I just want it to get me to and fro, do it reliably, and save me some gas. And if that's what you're looking for, the inside is great. It is honestly great. But if you're going to chase those crazy MPG numbers, it's going to be a little bit of a different experience for you, because you're going to depend on that. Now watch, here's a habit that I have. I want to maintain 60, but I'm going up. This hill is pretty steep. See, look, it's leaning on its assist. I don't want it to, so I simply just downshift. That's it. I just downshift and accelerate some more. We get to charge the battery a lot thanks to this Subaru. Well, we gained a bar of battery off of that. Thanks, lady. So look at a little bit of assist, shift, a little bit of assist, shift. But you know, I think in order to own this car, you have to have a little more common sense than other people. I think you have to have some car knowledge. I don't think I would recommend this car to someone who doesn't know cars, who doesn't understand cars, who doesn't drive like this guy. Hello? What are you doing, buddy? Every time I try, this is like the 4th attempt I've had at making one of these, and I always get distracted by something. Christ almighty. Anyway, yeah, if you're gonna hypermile, you're gonna have to spend a little more. You're gonna have to spend a little more and find one with a fresh IMA battery, or buy a cheap one like mine. If I was to sell mine, I'd sell it for $2 grand. Buy a cheap one like mine, and then replace the IMA battery. Either way, you're gonna have to replace that battery if you're gonna hypermile. But you can survive with this car, with a dying or dead or untaken care of IMA battery. You will survive, and you will get epic gas mileage. When I try, and it's very rare that I try, but once in a blue moon, I'll get in this mood where I'm like, I'm gonna go extra slow. I'm not gonna pass people. I'm just gonna follow the slowest car in the slow lane and just get to where I'm going eventually. When I do that, I've gotten 62 miles to the gallon. 62 mpg. Mind you, that's still not leaning on the IMA battery. It was just driving slower. That's all it is. It was just driving habits. So, yeah, I mean, and as far as, you know, practicalities and storage space and stuff, like, it's got a decent glove box. I wish it had an armrest, but it doesn't. It's got a little compartment for stuff. And it's a big, look, it's a little car. But I always forget how little this car is, because I feel so such an open feeling inside this cabin. The roof is tall. Look, I'm 6 feet tall. I'll sit straight up. I still have a good, like, 4 inches from my head to the ceiling. Plenty of space. It's just open in here. You don't feel like you're in a tiny little gas-saving hybrid. You just feel like you're in a little car. It feels like a Civic. I'm being quite honest with you guys. It feels like a fancy Honda Civic of this generation. A fancy 03 Honda Civic. That's what it feels like. I got better gauges. I got a way nicer dash. Excuse me. Let's get some water because we're talking a lot. Give me a second. Very good. Yeah, it's just, you know, same shifter, same everything. It's great. You know, you get a Civic that has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful steering wheel, beautiful gauges. But what you don't get is what we need to talk about. What you don't get is the classic, legendary Honda 5-speed transmission. That's not what you get. You get Honda's very rare mistake, which is this crazy omega long gear ratioed 5-speed transmission with synchros made out of glass. You can't shift this like a Civic. It'll bump the synchronizers every time you shift. You can feel it. It's a physical sensation in your hand when you shift fast. I didn't mind that one. Let's see. Third gear. Third. That feeling. It doesn't like it. It just doesn't like it. It's like, what are you doing? I'm not a sports car. I'm trying to save you gas. Stop it. So the transmission is kind of suckish, but it works. It does the job. And a big thing that I never noticed until some other YouTuber was doing 5 things I hate about my Insight. And I didn't notice this until now, and it sucks because now I can't unsee it. The steering wheel is offset. I'm sitting, like, the steering wheel should be here to be straight, but instead it's slightly off to the right. It is slightly off to the right. I never noticed it, but if you're an eagle-eyed person with OCD, you were warned. It's very bizarre. The HVAC controls are beautifully made. Everything's very simple. A little bit of AC action. Let's get some AC action. 60 degrees AC. It's got auto. If I don't want it to pull so much from the engine, I can hit AC Econ, and the AC won't blow as cold, but the engine will stay efficient. I mean, this thing was ahead of its time. This car is honestly phenomenal, and I don't feel like I'm struggling to hold this speed when I have the AC on and the Econ mode on. And the AC is blowing nice. Like it, to say I'm comfortable would be an understatement. Honestly, we are. It's a beautiful thing in here, and it's got this one little charger port. It's not a charger port. It's probably a cigarette lighter at some point, but charger port. It has all the basic essentials that you need for a little daily, not a family car. Just, you know, dad or mom who needs a separate car to get to work, and they don't want to drive the minivan, they don't want to drive the Chevy Tahoe, their significant other takes the nicer car. You just need a beater. Why not the Insight? Why not the Honda? Why not save copious amounts on fuel? I mean, this car changed my life. Like, honestly, this car changed my life. Working at this job way out here was killing me. I mean, honestly, think about it. I was spending, because I live, is that a dog? Change lanes for the dog. Dog owner. I'd be goddamned if I let my dog walk on the PCH. Anyway. So look at uphill, AC on, we're leaning on the assist, shift to third. Beautiful thing. I was getting gas every week, $60, $65 for a tank in my little SUV that got 21 miles to the gallon. $65 a week. That's awful. That's terrible. It was killing me. It wasn't worth it. It was damn near not worth it to keep this job. Oh, it sucked. And every other 4-cylinder car I bought, it just wasn't enough. High 20s just wasn't enough. And I always kind of had eyes for the Insight, but I always forgot about them when it was time to look for a car. They're so easy to forget. I finally remembered. I found this one. I bought it, and it's been life-changing. I mean, I get gas once every 2.5 weeks, probably now. and it's a small little 10-gallon tank. It doesn't want a lot from you. It wants the basics. It wants a little bit of oil. It only takes 2.5 quarts. 2.5 quarts, that's it. And a little bit of gas, 10 gallons. And it'll just keep trucking. Fun fact about my Insight right now, fun fact. This is how tough little Hondas are. Hondas aren't the most reliable cars in the world. They're the toughest. They're tough. They'll run on a low budget. Bubblegum and zip ties, they'll run on that. Let me give you an example. I've never blown more head gaskets than I do in Hondas. I'm always blowing head gaskets in Hondas, and they piss me off for that. This car is no different. This car is on a blown head gasket. But what did I do? I took some gasket maker, threw it in, flushed it a couple times, mint. Completely stopped the leak. It's a temporary fix. I'm 50-50. I will either get the head gasket replaced or just eventually let go of the car. We'll see. For now, I have no plans to let it go. This thing has been phenomenal. It's gotten me through so much. And look at, we're at half a tank, and we've driven 364.9 miles to half of a tank. And you see the way I'm driving. I'm not nice to this car. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. I swear to God, one day I'm gonna get hit by someone pulling out. Ugh. So anyway, practicality, I would give this car like a 6 out of 10. Reliability, 8 out of 10. I mean, efficiency, 10 out of 10. It's a great car. It's a great car. And lastly, before I go, I just want to say this. The one thing that you have to keep in mind, if you're looking into these cars, is they're rare. Not in the cool, oh, I brag about how rare my car is rare, in the annoying kind of rare. For example, I have a broken front left fender. It got hit by something during a windstorm, and I ran something over once and it broke a different piece of the fender. I can't get this fender on eBay. I can't get it on Amazon. I can't get it from a parts store. I can't get it from anywhere. I have to get a used fender off of someone parting out their Insight, and Insight owners are not what I have. Don't sell things for cheap. So keep that. This isn't one of those Hondas that's Legos with other Hondas. There's a few parts. People like to say, well, this is a steering wheel out of an S2000. No, it's not. It's not the steering wheel out of an S2000, and it's not the steering wheel out of an RSX or a Civic Si of its time. No, this is its very own particular steering wheel, but it does share the airbag. So if you have a shit airbag, you can grab one out of an RSX, you can grab one out of an S2000. Yes. The steering rack comes from an EP3 Civic Si. The front brakes are from some sort of 80s Civic. Very weird. And the radiator is from like a 90s Civic. I believe this is Civic EX. But other than that, I mean, nothing, oh Jesus, we're swearing. Nothing else is really shared. More importantly, the suspension, which is awful. The ride is horrendous. The seats are omega comfy, and they make up for the shit ride. The spring rates in the rear suck. It bottoms out once in a while. The front is fine, it's compliant, and the car weighs so little. It handles amazing for what it is and the little tires that it comes on. But the suspension sucks, and it's almost impossible to replace the fronts. Just know that. They have an upgrade for the rears, but the fronts, you're kind of fucked. There's people who have bought some sort of Daewoo shock thing. I don't know. It's not that deep for me. But just know, some parts will be hard to find if you need them. Other than that, I mean, that's it, really. Living with the Honda Insight it's been lovely. It's been lovely. I have no regrets. I love this little car. It's won me over. I get a shit ton of attention in this car. Like, I've had an Evo, I've had an S2000, I've had a Corvette, I've had a bunch of cool cars. This car gets way more attention than all those cars. I pull into parking lots and people ask questions. People are staring at it. I've had people ask me what year Tesla this is. Very bizarre. Other Insight owners, obviously, we love to see each other. Little honk, little wave to the other Insights. I've had new generation Insights drive by my car, taking pictures of it and what have you. The community's relatively cool. I think they're kind of dorky, and they love to love each other. But, you know, that's them. I just use it as a car. Anyway, yeah, good car, man. Just No, there are some quirks. Do a little research, know what you're getting into if you're going to get one of these, you know, just try to figure if you're the right type of owner for the Insight. It's not a plug-and-play car. It's not a Honda Civic. It's not a Nissan Altima. It's not a Nissan Sentra. It's not an Elantra. It's different. It's very different. And if you don't feel like you're one of these types, the next generation Honda Insight, which isn't as, it's not as efficient, but it still will get high 40s. It goes for very cheap. You can get that for $4,000 or $5,000. It has cruise control, it has AC, it has more amenities, it has 4 seats, it comes in an automatic. This one is mainly an automatic. I just got lucky with a 5-speed, and they look good. So you can go for one of those if you don't want a Prius. And I don't blame you for not wanting a Prius, because no one likes Prius owners. So start stop is on. Listen to how quiet it is in here. I find it to be very peaceful in here when the start stop is on. Weird thing is, when that's on, you can floor it. Look at nothing. But if I even sneeze and look at this transmission, it'll, I don't want to do it, but if I just push it forward, it'll start back up. Sweet tunes, yo. Anyways, I'm at work. That's my what it's like to live with a Gen 1 Insight video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this weird POV and this little talk about the car. I hope it helps you make a decision whether you want one or not. Yeah, and real quick, I skipped this. They handle very well because they weigh nothing. Most cars weigh 3,000, 4,000 pounds these days, and cars of this generation weigh, like a car that was light during this generation was considered like 23, 24, 2,500 pounds. This car weighs 1,800 pounds. So it is a zippy car with a great steering rack. Okay, I'm done. I am done. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.